It's 2025. The snow's on the ground. No more Hail Marys for me. It's officially time for the #1 source in Mid-Ohio for wrestling highlights, insights, and interviews. This is the show we call The Takedown. This episode is always one of my favorites as we highlight our area's most prestigious wrestling tournament, the JC Gorman Invitational. In the 62nd edition of the JC Gorman Invitational, Medina Buckeye repeated as champs. But this year, the margin was much closer than in 2024, as they avenged their loss to Ashland from the previous week at the MIT and scored 227 points to capture the Gorman Championship. Ashland was a close second at 225 points to capture the runner-up honors. The Clear Fork Colts sent a resounding message to the rest of the MOAC and possibly set the tone for the MOAC tournament as they took third with 171.5 points, easily outscoring conference rival Ontario, who placed 11th with 94.5 points. And now, let's see how those championship matches shaped up. Blake Bartos got things rolling for the eventual team champs. The younger brother of the two-time Gorman Outstanding Wrestler winner was scored on early, but kept the pace up and overcame the small deficit to put the Buckeye Bucks moving in the right direction. In a matchup of cousins, Ontario's Aidan, currently ranked #2 at 113 pounds, knocked off Max of Ashland. Max is ranked #10 at 113. After the match, I had a chance to catch up with Aidan and get his perspective on wrestling a family member in such a big event.
I'm here with your 113-pound champ, currently the #2 ranked wrestler in Division II at 113, Aidan. Aidan, you made your way through the tournament, had a very workmanlike decision over Max of Ashland in the finals. As a current #2 ranked wrestler in the state in Division II at 113, I gotta imagine your eyes are on the prize at the end of the year. So what do you do to keep yourself so focused on what needs to be done week in and week out?
Pretty much, no matter what happens, I'm just gonna keep working hard in the room. It's all practice until sectionals, districts, and state, and nothing other than that really matters. So I can get as many losses as I want and still make it to state.
Now, in the first period, I think you guys were 0-0 at the end of the first period. 3-0. Thank you for correcting me. 3-0. You looked like you were comfortable on your feet. You let him up. You wanted to get after him on your feet. What is it that gives you so much confidence to get after someone when you're on your feet?
I just try to mainly get my attacks going, get my setups. You know, I was going in the second period with that lead, but in the first period, I was just feeling them out for the first minute, minute and a half. And then when I heard 30 seconds from my dad, I just decided to start my setups and shoot.
Now Max is ranked number 10 in Division 1 at 113, so he's a tough wrestler to begin with, and he's family. So what? Everyone wants to know, what's that like stepping on the mat? Because I know the Ols, they're a close-knit bunch. What's it like stepping on the mat with a cousin who you're close with and put those feelings aside? How do you do that?
It was all love on the mat, you know. I still had to go out there and work hard to get what I wanted, but it was all love. I knew he was going to give me a dogfight no matter what. I knew he was eager to get a match with me and try to beat me, and it was just a good match.
120 pounds featured a matchup between two highly ranked wrestlers. In overtime, Tristan Eccles, who is ranked number 3 in Division 2 at 120 pounds, would get the takedown and secure the tournament championship over Ethan Amons of Northmore, who is ranked number 3 at 120 pounds in Division 3. These two guys are mirror images of each other, and it made for a very close match. And now, our first featured match of the night. This was a rematch of last week's third place match at the MIT, but the result was exactly the same. Mason Bauer, ranked number 7 in Division 1 at 126 pounds, squeaked the second 1-0 win in 2 weeks over projected state champ in Division 2 at 126 pounds from Galleon, Grady Harding. Harding was in on multiple leg attacks and came close to finishing a takedown twice, but Bauer, up from 106 pounds last year, is strong and physical at 126, and his defense was just a bit too much. Both these guys are aiming for the top spot on the podium in their division at the state tournament. They both have that ability, technique, and conditioning to make it a reality. I was able to catch up with Bauer, and he explained why two wrestlers who are both known as attacking style guys combined for only 2 points in 2 weeks.
Up from 106, you're wearing 126 pretty well. I'm watching you wrestle. You filled it out nicely. Hey, for the second week in a row, you draw Grady Harding of Galleon in the finals, who is currently the number 1 ranked guy at 126. Last week, you win 1-0 at the MIT finals for third place. Third place. I wrote that off to 1 minute first period. This week, you win 1-0 again. So tell me, why is it that two guys with such an incredible attack rates have 1-0 matches back to back?
So I mean, I think it's tough because we've been training together for like years, and I mean we kind of split off a little bit since high school, but still, like we are always familiar with each other. When you get such high level matches, like the foundation, how you're like their structure of like how you were when you were little. All those reps put in on the basic like things, like that's what we did together for our whole entire childhood. So when matches like that, those matches come down to those like just solid, like, you know, like the basic technique. It's no longer flashy or moves. It's so when we like came up, we obviously hundreds of reps, just normal baseline defense, just staying in good position, holding good position, being really hard to score on. So just being brought up that way and also doing it the same exact way in the same system makes it really tough for us to kind of open up. And we are trying to open up, but it's just like you kind of know everything about each other, and it's like, I mean, I hate to win a 1-0 match like that where I'm kind of just like controlling ties, controlling the hand fight, not like, you know, I was definitely looking for my attacks, but it's so tough. Like just kind of we move this similar, we attack both high attack rates. It's one of those things where you just got to kind of get it done, and it's a gritty win, and it's not pretty, but
you'd rather win a 1-0 match than lose a 1-0 match, right?
That's true.
You'd rather win one. And I think what you're saying is the higher level the skill guys you wrestle, the more important the little fundamentals and the basic principles of wrestling are. That's what you're saying there, right?
Yeah, and the fundamental, like the foundation that we are built on is the exact same foundation, so it's really hard, because like I said, those high-level matches, it comes down to those and the reps you put in when you were little and all the way coming up in the tens of thousands of reps. And we did, you know, the same system for years. So it's just really tough, like, you know, getting through and punching through to those takedowns. And I mean, he got deep in on my leg, and it was. I was going
to bring that up. He's in deep on your leg, and you hold him off, and get to a scramble situation, and just kind of outlast him there.
Catch his arm. I don't know. It was weird. We just got stuck in there. I thought they would have gave me a little bit more time because I felt like I was I was trying to slip that boot in, but at the end of the day, I mean, you know, the rest got to look out for us. My knee was in a funky position, and it is what it is, and you know, just stayed focused because obviously, kind of sucks. Like you wish you would have got to wrestle with that position, but just refocus right away, hit a reset button, and just go back out, toe the line again, and just be solid.
Now, looking forward, you're currently ranked, I think, 5 in Division? You're currently ranked 7th in Division 1. So looking forward to the rest of the year, what are some tournaments you have coming up that you really have circled on your own personal calendar?
I mean, next week we got Marysville Duels, which will be tough. I mean, pretty high match count, which will be good. And then we got Maumee the week after that, which, I mean, everybody knows how tough that type of tournament is. Everybody's there. So then after Maumee, we kind of just have some duels, senior night, stuff like that, and then it comes to postseason, and that's when we, you know, got to start peaking, because right now we're just going up. We got to start, you know, peaking right about postseason and, you know, be ready for the state tournament, because my goal, I know a couple other guys' goals on our team is to be a state champ, be state placers, you know, be on the top of the podium when that time comes. So, I mean, you know, just big things, staying focused. I mean, that type of match really tests me every time, just staying focused. You can't lose concentration for 1 second, or that's when they get you. That's how he got so deep in on me. Is I just 1 second I kind of looked at the clock and he shot deep, and it was gritty fighting that off. But yeah.
Blake Bartos won the JC Gorman Outstanding Wrestler Award for the 2nd year in a row. He's the projected state champ, and he looks the part. Bartos looked like the most college-ready athlete on the mat this weekend, dominating on his feet and on the mat, where he scored most of his points en route to a 15-0 tech fall over Carter Trukovich of Gallion. Trukovich is ranked number 7 in Division II at 132 pounds. Clear Fork's freshman phenom, Anthony Osgar, showed why he's currently ranked number 2 in Division II, besting senior Austin McKee of Medina Buckeye. McKee is ranked number 7 at that same weight in Division II, but Oscar seems to be taking it all in stride, especially for a freshman. Let's hear what the young man had to say about his championship and his goals for the season.
You win a squeaker 4-2 over the 7th ranked kid from Medina Buckeye. What was that match like?
You know, it was a barn burner. All these final matches are always going to be tough. You know, I love having these challenges out here, and yeah.
Now, he took down in the second period, and you put an amazing ride on, not something you typically see out of freshmen. What do you do to prepare? How did you get so good to be in the top position with being just a freshman?
You know, all love to my coaches. I probably wouldn't be here right now with that Faust family who just moved into Clear Fork not too long ago, and also Allarding, Marandino, all of our coaches and that staff. They're all there for me and teach me all the stuff I know.
Now, you're a freshman. You win one of the most prestigious tournaments in the area as a freshman, and now you're looking forward to the postseason. And obviously, there's some lofty goals being lumped on you right now, and you're just a freshman. Tell me how you deal with that and what keeps you centered.
Yeah, well, wrestling's all mental, and a lot of stuff I work on with my coaches is the mental aspect of wrestling. So just getting those nerves out, getting them flattened out. You know, all these rankings, they don't help with all that nerves. It's hard to stay calm and mellow with it. So, yeah, I'll just keep my head down, keep chugging, always keep working.
At 144 pounds, Guardian Miller took the mat with one mission on his mind: score points. And that he did. The number 9 ranked wrestler in Division I at 144 pounds for the Ashland Arrows took it to Cohen Becker of Northmore, who is ranked number 3 in Division III at 144 pounds. Miller scored multiple takedowns and never allowed the taller, rangier Becker to slow him down or get on his own offense. Miller masterfully worked his way through Becker's head-hands defense, scored on his shots, forced Becker to take ill-advised shots of his own, and didn't allow him to score an offensive point.
Currently ranked number 5 in Division 1. You take down the number 3 ranked wrestler in Division 3 pretty convincingly, all with leg attacks. Talk to me about that leg attack you had going. What do you call that? I call it a slide by. You call it a what?
I call it a shuck. I mean, just when I overtie, I would call it a shuck. I call it slide by, like if someone call ties you and you call time back. That's just, some people call stuff different. So
I call it pretty slick because you took him down a number of times with it. And your attack rate in some of the matches we've seen in the finals so far, we haven't seen a whole lot of attack rate. You were the first match you really got out there and you got your attack rate going, got him on the defense and got his head down early. How important was that for you to set the tone early in that match?
I mean, just that consistency in every match is what I strive to do. That's what I work on, my conditioning and my attack rate. I try to do that in every match no matter who I'm wrestling. And I think my neutral game is good enough that I can take anyone down. So, yeah.
In the 150-pound finals, Mason Turnbull captured his 3rd JC Gorman title in a flurry that reminded me of his first JC Gorman title.
Is now a 3-time JC Gorman champ. Your first tournament back. How do the lungs feel?
Not too great. They're a little winded. Only been practicing this week, so this is a rough ride out there.
Well, for only practicing 1 week, you draw the number, I think, 3 ranked wrestler in Division 3, runner-up from last year, Chris Marshall, who is a heck of an athlete from Centerburg, and you pretty much control the match the whole time. What got you so ready for such a high-quality opponent in just a week?
Great partners in the room. Lots of people to work out with that do a great job. Plenty of tough wrestlers. Just great competition throughout that gives me that edge over the people that I come out here and get to go against.
Now, you're a 3-time JC Gorman champ as a junior, right? You're a junior this year, right?
No, I'm a senior.
Oh, see, my bad. 3-time JC Gorman champ, senior year, got big plans, I'm sure, big goals, big aspirations for the rest of the year, the end of the year, the important part of the year. So how do you keep yourself focused week in and week out?
A lot of it's family. My whole family is so focused on this sport. It's a huge sport for our family, so it's really all we do. Wrestling season comes around and it's less food in the house. Everybody's worried about the season, and then Dad is coach, so everything's just about wrestling throughout the whole day, really.
The finals at 157 pounds saw 2 top 10 ranked wrestlers from the same weight class and the same division go head-to-head. But Saturday night was not Northmore's golden night. As their 3rd and final participant in the championship bouts fell in another close match. 6th-ranked Quentin Harrison of Marion Elgin turned up the attack rate in the 3rd period and took a close victory over Northmore's Carson Campbell, who is currently ranked number 2 in Division 3 at 157 pounds. I think the deep run the Northmore football team had in the playoffs has a lot to do with their wrestlers not looking as sharp in the finals as they normally do. Look for them to use these matches as motivation as they find their wrestling lungs and continue to knock off the rust. Ashland's 165-pounder, Talon Boyd, proved last week's runner-up finish at the prestigious MIT tournament was no fluke, as he knocked off Brady Zool of Medina Buckeye for his first Gorman title. Boyd has improved more in 365 days than any wrestler I've ever seen, and the sky is the limit for the hardworking Arrow, who is currently ranked number 13 in Division I at 165 pounds.
Talon, I don't think I've ever seen a wrestler make the kind of improvements you've made in 365 days. You came into this tournament last year a sub 500 wrestler. You come in this year and you win the 165-pound championship. Talk to the kids at home, any kids watching who want to go, who are at this level and want to take it to the next level, what it takes, what you did to make that kind of improvement in 365 days.
Really, you just got to put 100% effort into everything you do with wrestling, and you got to keep showing up to practices and put the work in. Don't stop, keep grinding, and that's what I did. That's that simple. It really is.
You're saying there's no secret sauce, no secret pill?
There's no secret pill at all. You just keep showing up, and your coaches will help you. You'll get better day by day. That's it.
I live in Ashland town. I've watched you start wrestling, and then I see what you're doing now, and I can't talk enough about how much you've improved and how impressed. I've watched a lot of wrestling, how impressed I am with that improvement. I hope you keep working, keep improving, because I think you're a great lesson to all those young wrestlers out there.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything.
Hey.
Another year and another Schlosser champ for the Colts. This year was Blake's turn, and some turning he did. The number 8 ranked wrestler in Division II at 175 pounds loves to slap the cradle on guys and put them on their backs. Your coach knows it's coming. You know it's coming. Your dad is screaming at you from the stands to watch out for the cradle. Stopping it tends to be a problem for most guys. Liam Nightenbach is ranked 13 in Division II at 175 pounds, and he couldn't stop the inevitable pin by cradle. Let's talk to Blake and have him explain why that move is so tough to stop.
You had Liam Nightenbach, who's ranked 13 in Division II, and surprise, surprise, you win by pin. And what was the move you hit to win?
Horse cradle.
Cradle every time, man. There's no secret. When you get on top, you're going to slap it on. Guys know it's coming. His head coaches were screaming about it, and you're still able to hit it. What gives you so much confidence and so much ability with that one move to hit it on guys, even when they know it's coming?
Just you got to break them down and work them until they're worried about something else. So he popped his head up when he's tired, he's gassed. As soon as he popped his head up, I just threw it on, and he was gassed, so he just folded.
And I want everyone to see Blake Schler. This won't be your mom. This won't be your mama's cradle. No, sir, folks. When the Schlosser kid from Clear Fork slaps the cradle on, he's got him counting lights.
Clyde got a champ at 190 pounds when their number 6 ranked wrestler in Division II, Hector Garza, outlasted Ryan Wilhelm of Medina Buckeye. In an action-packed match for 215 pounds, Ashland's Drayston Buddha Martin edged Indian Valley's Jason Bircher. Martin is ranked number 12 in Division I, and Bircher is ranked number 2 in Division II. This was another match that one call here or there, and the final score changes. But Martin did just enough to capture his first Gorman title and make the team score a bit closer than what many expected it to be. Following the conclusion of the 215-pound match, I caught up with the Buddha himself.
In a barn burner of a match with the number 2 ranked guy in Division II at 215 pounds. Coming out of the first period, it was 4-4, and then it was a back and forth match the whole way. What gave you the ability to really hang on to win that one?
It's my heavy head ties. When I'm grabbing a kid down and just putting pressure and pressure and pressure on him, just after a while, kids just can't take it no more. It's just the constant repetitive of smacking someone's head just tires that kid's out, and it just helps me set things up I want to do, or just stall a kid out where I can just, once I'm up points and just get up points, I can just defend and defend and defend where I can secure a win.
You transferred over to Ashland last year. Now it's your first year as a full-time starter in the lineup, and you guys win the MIT last week. Come in, you're in the top 2 or 3 spots for this tournament. We're still trying to see tournament results. What's it feel like to be on a team that'll compete week in and week out for championships?
Oh, it's great. I tell you what, I could not be more thankful for a place I'm at than Ashland. They've welcomed me in, and the coaches, Tommy Bauer, Wade Miller, and Sid, and Brandon O'Neill, and Jesse Pauls are like, I treat them like they're my buddies. They're every day helping me every day and tell me what I need to do and do with what works for me, and it helps me want to wrestle for them and be the best I can for them and my team.
For the last match of the night, the 285-pound championship match, the big boys did big boy things. Chris Fair, the number 8 ranked wrestler at 285 pounds in Division I for Massillon, Washington, won 1-0 in ultimate tiebreaker rideout over Madison's Jackson Stanicum, who is ranked number 8 in Division II for the Madison Rams. Hey, we can't be everywhere, so please send us your submissions for Takedown of the Week, Rather Throw You Than Know You, and Counting Lights. I know I've got my submissions picked out, but I want to see your highlights. When you send those in, let us know your name, your school, and what category you're submitting to. And hey, this is the only time in wrestling when it pays to submit. That wraps up our JC Gorman edition of the Takedown. We hope you enjoyed it, and I appreciate you tuning in. I look forward to seeing all those highlights from the online submissions. My name is Zack Truax, and until next time, keep your laces off the mat and a wrinkle in the back of your neck.